for some people who have a hard time giving themselves a high five, or some people literally pat themselves on the back, and some people do cheerleading kinds of things. And I've coached over 60,000 people personally in the method through email, personally, individually.
Wow.
So I know a lot about this. Okay. Wow. And that started in 2011. I did hundreds of people a week for years and years and years. So I know the landscape here. And some people just resist it. So it was about 2017 or 18 that within the Tiny Habits coach community, we explored this and figured out if you have a really hard time saying, good for me, way to go, what you do, and we call it a purpose-focused celebration. It's like, okay, me flossing one tooth serves the purpose of better oral care and better overall care. So you connect in that moment of doing the 2 push-ups or of the flossing one tooth or taking a sip of water, how that action serves a very important purpose in your life. Okay, so you actively, so you don't have to do the cheerleader thing or high five, you just actively visualize that by doing these 2 push-ups, for me as a 59-year-old guy, I'm going to have more muscle mass and bone strength, and I'm going to be able to be more vital, and I'm going to be able to teach more and have better impact in the world. So that's what these 2 push-ups are doing, is it's opening the door for me to have more impact in the world. And that's the purpose of my life, right? So you connect the tiny thing. So that is a type of celebration. It's a type of reinforcing, is to actively think, the behavior and what you'd call the outcome, and connect those very clearly in your mind.
I like the purpose-focused celebration. I feel like as you were describing it, I have less limbic resistance to it. I can get around them and say, oh yeah, like that's feeding into the goal. Like I totally get that. Yeah.
But you got to pick a pretty high purpose. When I talked about flossing and the higher purpose, you notice I stumbled a little bit. Mm-hmm. Better oral health. There are other systemic things for women and pregnant women where oral care really matters. For me and many, I really value my teeth. So I might just say, this is going to help me keep my teeth and help me look better and younger. It's like vanity, right? So I'll just think, this is going to help me look younger, and just tap into that vanity thing I have on my smile and my teeth. So it can't just be, it's going to help me lose weight. That's not a life purpose, okay? Right. You probably want to push on them or say, what is this whole weight loss and health journey about really for me? So you got to push it up to a high enough level that it is a fundamental purpose of your life. Okay. And so that's part of what we're doing with Tiny Habits, and the testing and the research is like, where's the threshold between, it's, I want to lose weight and that's important, to something that's higher order. So I want to be an example to my daughter. I want to be there for my granddaughter's wedding, like something that's really, really meaningful and not proximal and maybe, not a life purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think weight loss, while an admirable outcome, has to feed into something bigger, to your point. Yeah. And I think one of the ways that I've thought about this for myself, and the way I've coached other people, is just to pretend like you're a toddler. Like if you've ever been around a 2-year-old, they want to make sense of their world. So they're always asking why. Why is it like this? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? Why? So if you say, why do you want to lose weight? Oh, well, I want to look better. Why do you want to look better? Oh, well, maybe, my husband and I I feel like maybe my husband would be more attracted to me, maybe than he is now, let's say. Why is that important to you? And then you kind of go down the whole, well, maybe when we were dating, I feel like we had and I miss those times. I want to reconnect with my husband. And now you have something that's a bit more substantial. It's like you want to connect with your life partner. And you want to feel, and you want to feel good doing it. Like, I think that's more substantial than I need to lose 15 pounds.
Yeah. Right on. And that's part of what we've been, have been toying with and experimenting. And we have a template to help people articulate what that higher purpose is for them. And it sounds like you have a method as well. And there's probably other methods, but that is, I wish when I started teaching Tiny Habits and running the 5-day program in 2011, I wish I'd known this, because there were years of people I'd worked with, hundreds and maybe up to thousands, that just had that negative response. Like I can't cheer myself on. I can't say good job me, because it was so tiny. But this purpose-focused approach does seem to make sense to people who are super rational and more resistant to other types. And again, the big picture here is that you change best by feeling good, not by feeling bad. You're not using guilt or shame. You're not saying, if I don't do this, then all these negative things will happen. You're saying, by doing this, I'm going to achieve more vitality. And that matters to me because I want to teach and I want to have impact in the world. And that's what my life is about. I mean, that's how I think about it. I mean, everything I do is about having positive impact in the world. Why does that matter? I can't push that any further back. That's just how how I'm wired.
That's coming from your soul.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you can help yourself feel successful in achieving that, that's how you line up and self-reinforce on the habits. This is helping me achieve this thing. So there are two big concepts in lasting change. I just mentioned number two, so let me go back to number one. Number one, and I call it Fogg maxim number one, it's help yourself do what you already want to do. And a lot of people are like, I already want to do it. I'm probably doing it. No, that's not true, actually. So don't pick things you don't want to do. Like if there's a type of exercise you don't want to do, don't do that. If there's a type of nutrition change, don't do that. If you don't want to do it, there's plenty of other options for exercise, nutrition, stress reduction, relationship building that you already want to do. So help yourself do. And part of helping yourself do is to make it easy. Okay, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Maxim number two is help yourself feel successful. And we've talked about that a lot. If you don't do one of those two things, you will not create lasting change. If you do both of those things, you have a very good shot at creating lasting change. So there's different products and programs out there about habits that stick and so on. And what you're looking for in anything that you do is it helping me do what I already want to do? And is it helping me feel successful? And it's got to check those boxes. If it's doing the opposite, like it's going to give me things to do I don't want to do, and it's causing me to feel unsuccessful, do not sign up. Do not do that. Abandon that, because that's a poorly designed program. And we've all tried that on our own or with other people. So those are the two, I call them maxims, but those are really the two things that you're designing for. Help yourself do what you already want to do. Help yourself feel successful. And if you do that, you're on your way.